Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and today we are going to work on the 1955 journal. I kind of wanted to show you guys. I know I sort of mentioned it the other day. It's still a little wet on this side. That I was covering manila file folders with pieces of old paper that could kind of show through, and then this is just tissue paper. It's an Easter tissue paper, but it just kind of looks like rickrack and polka dots and like fabrics like that. Like I also mentioned, I didn't want to do anything with images because the last journal I did, the patriotic journal where I put the stamps and all that, I kept wanting to put pockets on, and then I was worried about covering the stamps and blah blah blah. So anyhow, I'm just trying to go with something a little more, you know, I can put stuff on top of it and I'm not going to worry about it. So what I have done is taken just bits of old paper, or these are those numbers from that digital that I showed you guys last week. These are old papers that I've put on there, but you could use any kind of book page and get the same effect. And then I'm just decoupaging the tissue over the top. Sorry, words. So that is what we're going to do, is finish putting the tissue on, and then I'll try to connect the two. They're going to be wet, so I don't know, I might pause the video and then come back and put them together. But first, I want to say hugs and blessings to Jacqueline, Melon, and at SKC921Art. Thank you guys so much for your kind comments, for watching my videos. I really appreciate all of you very, very, very much. So thank you. I want to say welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to my subscribers that have followed me for a while. I appreciate all of you. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, because, oh my gosh, a lot of you have seen me do things like this, but I have quite a few new people, so I just want to make sure that I'm remembering to show different steps so that hopefully everybody gets what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put this piece on here. This, like I said, is going to be pockets. They're not glued closed yet, but this is one of those file folders that has those slots already in it. So, yeah, that's what I'm using. I've just obviously cut it down smaller size than what it was originally. So how is everybody? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm doing pretty good, except the wind. The wind and my allergies. It isn't a good combination. But anyways, it's like just for a little bit, can we stop with the wind? Yeah, and it's supposed to get cold and rainy this week. So, bummer days. I'll be walking indoors. I prefer to walk outdoors, but not going to happen this week, apparently. My husband and I did go on a really long walk on Saturday morning because it was lovely. And that was a lot of fun because we went up into a new neighborhood that's above ours. And they've connected everything so cool with parks and stuff that you can walk quite a ways, you know, without having to worry about cars. And I mean, you know, like cars in a neighborhood maybe, but yeah, it just was a lovely walk. We didn't realize that they had done all that up there, and it goes into a park, a big park. So yeah, just nice walk. Fabulous. And I wanted to go up there again today, but the stinking wind, which it's not that I can't walk in wind, it just doesn't help me. Sneezing my head off, coughing my head off. So anyhow, ran errands instead. But the sun's shining, so can't really complain. At least that is happening today. So I'm just using my matte medium because I like the way it doesn't have any shine. But you can definitely use Mod Podge, whatever. There's you can use glue or Elmer's glue and water. I mean, it works. So use what you got. I just have this, and if you let it set too long, it gets hard. So I might as well use it up. And like I said, I do like it because I like the matte of it. Scoot it down a little bit here. I have been listening to this audiobook. It's making me so angry. Because it's a mystery, like a murder mystery, but the couple that's involved could have just gone to the cops in the first place and it would have been all dealt with. Like, it wasn't their fault. But now they're in it because they didn't go to the cops and they've tampered with evidence, and yeah, so anyways, it's just making me, that's what I was doing right before, because I do that while I work, if I'm not doing a video. So it's just got me all fired up because I'm like, why? But people do that for reals. So like, I know it happens, and it just always boggles my mind. If you're just defending yourself, I get that's horrible, but trying to cover it up just makes it worse. So anyway, my silly little world. Do like a good mystery, thriller, whatever, all that. It's just interesting. Or sometimes I listen to I like those old radio ghost stories. I think those are kind of interesting too. I mean, they're usually very silly compared to the stuff we listen to now, but that's about my speed because I don't like horror or anything like that. But they're just a little spooky. Sometimes they're pretty good stories. I like the music. It's like dun dun dun. So dramatic. I don't like the straight edges. Oh, I guess that one will probably hang off and I can just cut it off. So I just got that stinking, that's okay. There's these little plus signs on this tissue paper. I'm sure it has something to do with the machine they use to print it, but I don't want those on my journal. It's kind of a lot, but it's okay. So yeah, that's just what I've been up to today. Super exciting, right? That's my days. That's what I do. I've started working on Halloween digitals. I know that sounds crazy. My husband was like, already? It's like, yeah, because it takes a little bit to get them done, and you got to give people enough time to, you know, like make a journal or whatever they want to do with it. It comes around fast. That's for sure. I need to be careful with that because I don't want that to get stuck all the way down on there. I don't like that stuff on my hands. I'll put this under here. It's not as bad as Fabri-Tac, but it's up there. Kind of need it to be just a little bit wider. Would rather not have it all pieces. You guys have a nice weather. I know there's a lot of people that have texted and said grandkids' kids are having field days at school, you know, where they run and jump ropes many times, and I don't know. My kids used to do that too. It's just everybody does a little different version. But anyways, and a lot of people have said it's hot where they're at. So I'm not ready for hot, but I could use some 70s, 80s and be just happy as peach pie. Kind of tired of the 40s and the wind. That's what we got today. It did warm up. Now I guess it is up to like 60 something, but it's just not warm, so it doesn't feel like 60s. Because the wind's so cold. Put this up here. Oh yeah. It'll get there, and then we'll all be saying, oh, it's so hot. Yeah, that's how it works. Hot or cold, hot or cold. If you're smart, you'll do this in steps and let it dry, and then do another pocket or whatever and let it dry. But because I'm doing videos, that doesn't always work out for me. Oh, you are being a stinker up here. See, like this should dry all the way first. But I keep messing with it instead, right? So, I don't have a whole lot of stories. My daughter applied for a whole bunch of jobs this morning. She woke up in the kind of mood where she decided to do that, which I'm very glad, because I know she was a little down in the dumps about it, but she was really hoping for that internship, which, you know, we do when we're young and newly out of college and whatever. You always aspire for the first job you try for, and it rarely ever works that way. But anyways. And my son finally heard from the job that he applied for, and they said he's on the top of their list, so I don't know exactly what that means, but hopefully he'll get it. Oh, I'm such a dope. I need to just let it dry and stop, which I think I'm going to have to, because otherwise I'm just going to have a big fat problem here. Okay, so what I will do is continue on with these pockets the same way. I'm going to let this dry, and I will go over how I put it together when I get there. I thought I might be able to do that whole, I thought I might be able to do that whole thing, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it without creating a problem. So what we're going to do now is look over some of the ephemera that I have and what I need to do to it. So you saw me make these clusters, and I dug this one out, and this was from one of my 50 stack challenges. I thought that definitely has the look of the 50s. And then I made this one, and I'll show you guys real quick how I made that. Because I know a lot of people, not everybody, but even if you can find book pages that are this size, these are just about 8 inches high by 8 by 5 1/4. These are from Work Basket magazines. I just took the staples out. So it's the same idea as working with book page, but these are just kind of fun because they have all the ads and things like that. So you can see all I did was fold this you can go either direction. So find the pictures or whatever. It'd be fun to have recipes showing whatever. I'm going to fold this one this way just because I like these ads right here. So you just fold it. And I backed the inside of this, like this whole page right here, in some dictionary page, because these are so super duper thin, as you probably know if you have these work basket magazines. And this is one of the images from, now I can't think of her name, Night Pixie Designs. And remember, this is the one I told you was personal use only, except I contacted her and she said I could use it for you know, making this journal and selling it. So anyways, I'm going to do that. So she is on Etsy, and I will try to remember to link her in the description box. If I forget, just remind me, and I will happily give you the link, and then hopefully remember to put it in the description box. But anyway, so I backed the whole inside, and then I put glue down two sides to make this tall pocket here. I mean, I'm sure you can tell this isn't rocket science. And then I took and folded this part like this. And you could go outside or inside. I don't know which one I did there. But anyways, I covered it completely. So, but then you get, you know, that. And then you can glue it onto your journal page. Glue down this side and across here and up. And you'll have a nice big pocket that you could put quite a few things in, and then the tall skinny. So I thought what we could do today is make a tag and a journaling card to go in that one, since I already decorated it up using paper from my 1955 digital, that telephone, this lady's from the 1955. This is just these little papers that I have from Amazon and with some writing. And that's from Tim Holtz Wallpaper down there. So that's that one. And then we have this one that you guys made with me for the color combo, the pocket and then the tag. That's perfect for this journal. This little cluster, which you've seen, I'm going to put in here. This was for, I think this was a color combo one too. Or no, this was retro for my 50 stack challenge. So I'm going to put that one in there. I have the kiddo. And then this altered, what is it? Oh, time card. That's right. And I did that with you guys. So that one will go in there. And then we have our large tag made out of a sewing instruction old pattern book. And then this is also from the same pattern book. And we might put something on there. I don't know, but that's perfect for this. Nice maternity dress there. Or, yeah, shirt, smock, whatever they call them. And then this pocket we made together. Put this tag up here. And then this is from one of my 50 stack challenges too. And it's just that it's got this guy, and that's a like 50s thing, and I thought it was kind of funny. And this one went with it, and I don't even remember what these were, but they were from 50 stack challenge. But I love that picture too. Anyway, I thought those would be great in there. And then this we made together, so that will go in there. So we just need to make, so I have a lot of ephemera already, which I'm very happy about. That just makes life easier. So this one we're going to make a journaling, or yeah, like a journaling card and tab. So what are we going to use? You know what I'm thinking might be kind of cool is one of these cut down as a long, because you hardly ever have anything that it can go in. Those long, tall, skinny. Let me grab my cutter. So yeah, I was excited to see how many things I have actually made. And you can see I backed this with book page. So we should probably go like, let's try almost 2.5. We're going to go a little less. And I'm going to try to cut some off of each side. Or do I want the name? Maybe I want that more. So we're going to go right there. That definitely fits. Okay, I do need to cut a little bit off. How tall is this? As is. It is 8, so yeah, I definitely need to cut some off. So we'll go just barely above 8. So that I do like it sometimes to stick out just a touch so that it's easier to get it in and out of that, especially those long, tall skinnies like that. So as long as it's not, yeah, that'll be fine. It's a tall one. It's a tall one for sure. So that fits in there nicely. And then we need to get a book page. That we can put back here, but we can cut this down. They glue pages, because these are these glue pages over here. And as you all know, they just get a smattering of glue here and there. So a lot of times after they sit, they do come apart a bit. But you can easily glue them, stitch them, whatever. Okay, so I'm thinking probably 4 1/4 is good. But you could put pretty good size. And I just want to cut off that ruffly edge that it had. It'll hold a good size piece of ephemera in there without a problem. See? So that will work nicely. So now we can decorate these a bit. I like the old cars. I like the ladies that we just made. Those were good. The coffee ones, they're cute. They turned out cute. These are all just scraps left over. Thinking that would work pretty well. I might put some of this on there. Yeah, that wind is just whipping out there. Flagpole across the street is just getting whooped. Trying to think, do I want to take just a little more? I kind of want to see this part. I just think that's fun, or at least part of it. Yeah, my son's working 2 jobs right now, just trying to make some money while he's off school. If he gets the job that he's trying to get, it'll be a lot better for school next year because he'll make a little bit more. But he's delivering pizzas and working at Best Buy. Just to pay rent and have food. And it's like, yeah, I gotta have 2 jobs, which I'm sure a lot of you know. But it's pretty sad because he's just one, you know, he's not got a family. So I don't know how. It's just, oh my gosh, so hard on those college students and all that. Which, yeah, we've all been there. Just Everything's so expensive, it's insane. My daughter was like, I went and got just mostly vegetables and stuff, like barely 3 bags, and it was $60. Like, that, it's just... let's see. I kind of want to rough this up. Where's my little... Well, I can't find it now, so I'm just going to have to use scissors. Yeah, they're wanting like $500,000 in our area for a new house, because while we were up walking in a different part of the neighborhood, the new part, and that's not even a big house, that's like a 1,700 square foot house. I'm just like, oh my word, it's crazy. Good thing we have a house, that's all I can say. I don't know how these kids ever are going to afford a house. Okay, and then I think I will take some corners. Then I'll probably, once I get these 2 pieces done, pause and get those other parts dry, and then we can put it back together, or put it together. It hasn't been put together before. I finally filled up my old art glitter glue there to use that up. Gave up on the other one. I don't know what this says. Don't know. But I like it. It's kind of a cool little round something. I guess I can cut it out, huh? Some naval mail thing. Passed by a naval, I don't know what, sensor. I just like the little handwriting in the center of it. It's fun. Fun, fun. Oh, this is from... I think I'll do that. This is from a pattern too. This old patinaed looking piece of paper. The edge. Just anything to add some interest, even if it doesn't really have anything to do with the rest of it. I mean, it's really cool if it does have to do with the rest of it, but sometimes it's just adding those little bits of interest are good. And I'm just going to leave it like that. You can write on the back and it's good to go with some scraps and bits. What do I want to put on here? Tracy labels. There's another piece of Gayle's tablecloth, which I like. And this. I haven't got all my ladies cut out yet. I need to sit down and do that. I keep getting sidetracked doing other things. I could do the thread bobbins, would be kind of cool. That might be neat. I'm just determined to make a mess here today. Okay, I think I kind of want this center part because this coral colored piece in the middle. Might just okay, that will work. Oh, and I was going to say, I know that might not seem like a lot of money to a lot of places as far as housing goes, because I know like in California housing's a lot more expensive, but here that's a lot, and our wages aren't up to snuff on that kind of, well, they aren't anywhere really, I guess. But anyhow, I don't really need that whole piece behind there. I just kind of, I could use it somewhere else. All right, I like that. Yeah, we probably walked 5 miles on Saturday. It was just so nice out. We just kept going and going. Beautiful day. My husband's lost 70 pounds, so he looks like a string bean now. It's good though, because he can go and do more. Could do a car, but I like the lady with the sewing stuff, I think. I think that'll look nice. Love these images I found. They're so fun. It's hard to find retro stuff because it's all in, what do you call it? Public domain, or not in public domain. It's all under copyright still, so it's really hard to find. I mean, you can find it, but you're not going to be able to use it for anything. So when you can find some, it's very exciting. I want to cover up all the thread things because what's the point, right? Do I have... I'm going to steal off of this piece of fabric. Maybe. Oh. It doesn't want me to do that. It says no stealing. Just thought it would be fun to put the little pattern 35 cents on there. Yeah, he's back to like his, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Probably back when my daughter was first born, at that weight. He feels better. And that is what counts. Do you see how stuck together my fingers got from using a glue stick? That's pretty crazy. That's why I say this glue stick's no joke, man. I've never had stuff fall off with these. I don't know. I mean, everybody has their favorite ones, I know, but I have seriously never had any problems with this Scotch Permanent or the Scotch Create. I think there is one that isn't permanent, and I can see that that could be a problem. That was really good. But the ones that say permanent, they're not kidding. I'll run a stitch through that too, just because that fabric, and I like the look of it. I'm gonna put coffee dyed, tea dyed, whatever this is on here. I make both, so half the time I don't even know. I think this might be tea. Sometimes I put both at the same time, coffee and tea. Depending on the coffee I have left over from nobody drinking it in the morning. Or it all not getting drank in the morning. How's that? I need to go do a bunch if it ever warms up to like 80. I like to make some outside because it dries real fast here when it's warm. I can usually use it the next day, or at least some of it. But in the winter, it takes forever. All right. That and that will go into, where did I put it? Oh my goodness, right here in front of my nose. Go in here. And this one will go in here. And voila, we have it. Now let's go see how wet that is. Actually, I'm going to pause the camera, get them dry, and I'll come back. Okay, I got them all mostly dry. You can tell a little bit that they're still cool to the touch in some spots. Oh, that one's a little wet right there. But I forgot, I never even showed you, like a lot of you are going to know what I'm talking about, but others aren't. So I've used two different types of file folders. I used a plain dollar store file folder. And then I also use these ones that I get off of Amazon that have these spots to put paper in, pockets almost, but they're kind of opened. So they're just meant to slide papers into. So you can see clearly I have cut this down to be 9 by 6. So I just cut it, I kept the original fold and I just cut enough off so that it measures 9 inches tall by 6 inches wide, because that's the general size that I use. And I'm going to need to like get these all glued in, and I might even have to do a little trimming, just because this part, as you can see, is how those file folders are attached, or those file pockets are attached. So yeah, we'll get those all glued down. But that's all it was one of these ones with all the slots and one regular one. Okay. So I have cut, this one is not 9 by 6. This is 9 tall by, I believe it was, it's 12, 13, 14 and a half, 14 and a half inches long, because I kept, this is the original fold. And then I made another fold that's going to come over like this. And it's going to connect onto the other file folder side like that. So that we can have that flip-flop where it goes, opens this way, then it goes over to this one. There's a pocket here, there's a signature here, pockets, then you close it, and it opens this way, and there's another signature there. So that's how this works, but we got to get this so it's folding correctly. And the reason it's not is because it is just the slightest bit wet still. So I don't really, I have to be gentle is what I'm saying, because I don't want to make it fold weird. Okay, so there's that. And then this is going to fold this direction to attach to the other file folder. You just want to get them as best you can, you know. So there's that one. This one I'm going to get folded. And you could use any tissue that you have to cover these. It's just nice to kind of do some kind of decoupage on them. They just seem to hold together a little bit better. They're a little bit stronger. It's almost like a faux leather or something once you decoupage them all up. Okay, so we can see that sticking out. But that might just be a lot of just the way these pockets are. So I think what I'm going to do first is take my tacky glue and get these pockets closed up, because they're acting funny. And I think a lot of that is just that none of this stuff is square, because it's just meant for office use. You know, it's not meant to be perfectly perfect, kind of like we would like it to be, but you can just fiddle with it until it gets kind of the way you want it. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to trim these because they're hanging over just a little bit. But that's totally fine. We can do that. So I think I'm going to put some thumb notches, just because I think that'll look cute to have some thumb notches. I'm going to do the best I can to get them centered. No guarantees, but And I don't want giant, big. You know what I'm going to do, because I can see myself messing this up already. I'm going to attempt to kind of mark where I'm hoping the middle is, or, you know, so that they're slightly even with each other. And purely eyeballing, could measure, that would probably be the smart thing to do, but y'all know I don't do a lot of that, so. Just not my thing. Sorry, I'm practically off camera there. Okay. So then we'll glue these down. And what I think I'm going to do is leave them so they can be, like this first one can be a pocket that goes all the way down to the bottom. I'm not going to glue the bottoms of them. Just going to glue the side. So that's sort of a, these probably would have been fine being glued with the art glitter glue, but I'm just going to do it this way. And like I said, wherever it hangs over, I will deal with that once it's all glued. Because you can see, it's not, I didn't do a very even cut on it originally. You stay down over there. This one is going to get glued across the bottom and up the side. That's not wanting to stay there. We'll show you. Need to stay down. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to try to make this as even as possible, even though it doesn't really want to. See, once you get them all wet and decoupaged and all that too, it doesn't help with the warping and the weird folding and all of that. So just gotta manhandle them a little bit, as the old saying goes. And the last one is also going to get glued side and bottom. Oh, nice. I slipped my finger. I did that a few minutes ago, so I think that's... opening the package of those file folders. Because I'm good at that. Wherever I can cut my finger open, I try to do that regularly. Okay, so now we're going to take and we'll cut off this extra part. Yeah, I'm going to use my ruler and a blade. Oh, at first I thought that was a hole in that cover, but it's a piece of fabric. Gave me a slight heart attack. Mostly because I don't have any more of this tissue paper, so I don't think this is awful, but we'll just get it trimmed. Okay, I think we are all ready to go. So now we're going to take this. We're also going to put a thumb notch in that, because I did confuse you guys a bit last time when I put these together. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do this. So that one does fit all the way down into the pocket. The last one did not, so I had to trim it, I think. Let me put this in there and then I will figure it out for sure. But what you want, obviously, is for everything to line up. I may have to trim that a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim it. You can tell because, sorry, I took that apart too soon, but see, when they're inside, that one sticks up higher. So what you have to do is, just like when you're doing pockets or any of those kind of things, sometimes you have to trim a little bit off so that it isn't stopping it from moving further in, if that makes sense. I'm sorry. I hope I'm explaining this right. I'm going to take just a sliver of this off so that it's not stopping it from being even with the other one. And it doesn't have to be a lot, just enough so that it can even up. And now it might not be able to go all the way into the pocket. I might have to pull it out just a little bit, but that's better than, you just want to get these two, the edges even with each other. I'm pinching it. And then I'm just going to open this flap up, and you can see over here, hopefully, that there's a little bit of a gap. That's what I just cut off, and it wasn't straight, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to see that anyway. Then I'm just going to put glue top and bottom to close that up. Actually, I think I will, I'll do that on the other side. How do I get that so off? That's right. Okay. And then we're going to take these again. So when I turn this over, it isn't going to be able to open because I have clipped it. Yeah, I'm just going to have to open it for a minute because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get this glued right here. And that's going to have to be trimmed a little bit too, possibly. Then I'm going to come in here with this one because it's skinnier and glue this along this back edge. Probably could have done it from the other side, but we'll just make sure. And that's just how I'm joining those file folders together. And then the signature, the third signature, will sew right into there, into that space. So it's no big deal. But I am going to have to fix that so that it's even because it's a little uneven. But right now I'm going to just leave it alone and let it dry. but at least you can see how I connected them together. I have to clip this too. All right, I hope that was helpful. And we got a piece of ephemera made too, or finished, I guess I should say, since it was already started. But I hope you guys give those a try using your work baskets if you have some, because that's kind of a fun little pocket. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and we will chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.